Are you thinking about getting a medical alert device to protect yourself or a loved one? Today I'd like to talk with you about the medical alert systems from ADT, one of the most trusted names in home security. Hi, I'm Jeff Hoyt, Editor-in-Chief of SeniorLiving.Org. In order to help seniors stay longer in their own homes, we review medical alert systems to separate the performance from the hype. How well do they protect you or your loved ones by contacting first responders in case of emergency? Today I'm going to show you the family of ADT emergency response devices. I'll test them, give you the latest prices, and explain who benefits the most from this cutting-edge technology. And you know, if you've been following my medical alert system reviews, I don't take the company's word when they say their equipment is waterproof. I like to see for myself. Splish splash! ADT is the largest monitored security and home automation company in North America, and their signs are everywhere. Unless you've been living under a rock, you've heard of ADT. And if you do live under a rock, they still make a medical alert system that can protect you. With their off-the-charts brand name recognition and ubiquitous signs, any idea what ADT stands for? American District Telegraph. They were founded 147 years ago when a bunch of telegraph companies affiliated together. Instead of telegraphs, these days many of us communicate through cell phones. But even if your loved one has one, can you be sure in times of trouble that they'll always have their phones with them? Charged? Calling 911 can be intimidating and impersonal, and it can be difficult to do during an emergency. But it is easier than learning Morse code. And with these devices, you can call for help with the touch of a button, making the aid request easy during a super stressful time. And the call center will have your information, so they know who's calling and your medical situation. You can even call for non-emergency help as well. And with optional fall detection, these devices can call for help even when you can't. Now, ADT makes 3 different medical alert systems that are currently helping more than 75,000 Americans with a variety of needs. This is the Medical Alert Basic, which works with telephone landlines. It's their least expensive system to use. Their other home-based system, the Medical Alert Plus, uses a nationwide cellular network to wirelessly connect the customer to a 24/7 monitoring center. And with their on-the-go system, it works anywhere, even if you're visiting someone who lives under a rock. Now, as an ADT customer, all the equipment you need is free. You can pay for some add-ons. And once you start service, your rate is guaranteed not to increase. And you don't need to sign a long-term contract that'll make you keep paying them even when you want to stop. Let me show you how this high-quality equipment from an American icon can protect you or a loved one. Let's start with the Medical Alert Basic, which is very easy to connect to your landline, if you have one. And if you don't, stick around for the other 2 ADT systems that better suit your needs. Now, when it's plugged in, the lights and the sound let you know it's on. So it beeps at you, but it's not protecting you yet. It needs to be hooked up to your phone lines. And if you don't plug a telephone cable into the system, it'll let you know.
Telephone line problem. Check telephone connection. Telephone line problem. Check telephone connection.
So you take the cable that runs between your phone jack and the phone, and you connect it to the unit instead.
Telephone line restored.
So to get your phone working again, you simply connect the unit to the phone with the supplied cord. And you can even use the system as a speakerphone to answer calls. And your phone line will work even if the power is dead. If you lose your electricity, a backup battery will keep it powered for up to 20 hours. In fact, if your battery's power gets low, ADT will call you to make sure everything's okay. So the ADT unit starts protecting you once it's plugged in to the power and the telephone system. And it has built-in temperature monitoring. So if it gets too hot or too cold in your home, the unit will give a verbal warning. And when you press the help button here, it's a big red button, you'll hear a verbal confirmation. And that's very helpful if there's an issue in the middle of the night or during a blackout. And both the help and the reset buttons are marked with Braille. Here's what happens when you press the button.
Connecting to ADT companion services. Connecting to ADT Companion Services. Help call canceled.
So I press the reset button to cancel the help request. Because I have a VoIP system at home, not a true landline. Although other companies' equipment will work with my VoIP line, ADT's won't. But using your regular phone line, the Medical Alert Basic will connect you to one of ADT's 24/7 US-based call centers. There, trained professionals will contact first responders such as EMTs, police, or firefighters, whatever the customer requests. Now, if they can't hear you, they'll call your designated phone number to check up on your well-being. And if they don't reach you, they'll send emergency medical services to ensure your safety. Now, I know what you're thinking. What happens if mom has an emergency but she's nowhere near the base unit? Well, fear not. Each Medical Alert Basic comes with a choice of personal help buttons. You can wear one as a neck pendant, like so, or as a wrist pendant, like a wristwatch. So if mom falls or feels badly, pressing one of these buttons triggers an emergency call as well. So instead of being within an arm's length of the unit, ADT claims pressing the pendant button will work even if mom is 300 feet away. Of course, your mileage may vary. We suggest you try a range test when you first get the system. And ADT encourages testing as the company believes it helps people overcome their fear of new technology. They'll have you press the buttons on the pendant from different parts of the house, as well as the base station button as well. You can try it from the tub with the door open or the door closed, as well as the yard if you have one, so you know where you're protected. And there's one major difference between pressing the help button here on the base unit and pressing it on a wearable button. Only the base unit has a microphone and a speaker. These pendant buttons are very portable, you take them with you, but you can't talk through them. There's no speaker, no microphone, there's just the help button. And also, you need to make sure that mom has this button within reach wherever she goes around her house. If she falls in the kitchen or bathroom without a button and the base is next to her bed, she can't call for the help that she desperately needs. Now, the good news is the wearable buttons are waterproof, so she can even wear them washing dishes or in the shower. It's best if she never takes it off. And don't worry if mom has an itchy trigger finger. If she presses the button and realizes it's a false alarm, she simply has to press the reset button like I just did, or tell the operator false alarm and no dispatch is made. I don't know about ADT home security systems, but there's no charge for a false alarm on ADT Medical Alert Devices. And that means she can even go to bed every night wearing one of these buttons. And that can provide a strong sense of security for her and peace of mind for you. It also increases the chance of a false alarm, because no one wants to wake up by accidentally triggering the machine going off. If she rolls over the wrong way, you don't want to hear this.
Connecting to ADT Companion Services. Help call canceled.
So when the batteries in these pendants get low, they signal ADT, which sends a replacement pendant free of charge. Now what if it's not an emergency? What if mom is just feeling blue, needs some bathroom help, or she can't find her glasses anywhere? Well, as part of the onboarding process, ADT lets you designate a call list of up to 8 friends, family, and neighbors. When requested, instead of calling a first responder, the call center will reach out to family or friend who can help instead. Now, if emergency services are summoned, ADT will call all your designated contacts to keep them apprised of the situation. They'll let everyone on the list know if they dispatch emergency services. They'll let them know if mom's being transported to the hospital, and if they can get the information, they'll even let them know if mom's been admitted. So the cost for all this protection and peace of mind, well, it could surprise you. This basic Medical Alert Basic system comes with a unit, choice of pendant buttons, and it costs around $30 a month, around $1 a day. That's a small price to pay for protecting your loved ones. And the longer you commit, the more the price drops. Now, the only option available are additional pendants, which cost $15 plus $5 a month. But with an additional pendant, you can protect multiple people in the same household with the same system. So like mom and dad or 2 roommates. So if you want a home-based system, but you don't have a true landline, then the Medical Alert Basic isn't the answer. And what if you want to add fall protection? No landline, no problem. ADT's Medical Alert Plus will work at home with a landline, a cell phone, or no phone at all. This home-based system connects to AT&T's nationwide 4G cellular network to protect the people you love in your life. You don't need to sign up for additional phone service. Now the screen here, I don't know if you can see it, but it shows the day, date, time, temperature, and the signal strength of the cellular network. And like the Medical Alert Basic, it'll warn you if your home gets too hot or too cold, or if you lose power.
Power not detected.
I'll plug it back in.
Power detected.
Now you call for aid the same way as you did with the Medical Alert Basic. You press the button, marked emergency, and a call center checks in with you and summons help if needed. Now it's got a built-in test function. So in fact, this test button will blink every 30 days, reminding you to test the system. But we're going to test it in actual use. You want to see what happens when I press the button? Here we go.
Call in progress. Call connected. Please stand by for an operator.
Mr. Hoyt, this is your with ADT Health. Are you okay?
Everything's fine, just testing the system. Well, it took a little longer than I would have liked, but it did go through. Also, like the Medical Alert Basic, the system comes with a choice of pendants, but their range is greater. And these pendants are supposed to work within 600 feet of the base unit, which lets users go to the yard or garden and still be within range. And let's see how waterproof these pendants truly are. I'm going to give it a swim test. I'm going to try to contact them while it's still underwater.
Call in progress. Call connected. Please stand by for an operator.
This is ADT Health. Mr. Hoyt, are you okay?
Everything's fine, just testing the system, thank you. So even though the button was in water, it still was able to reach the unit, and the unit was able to use the cellular network to reach the ADT operator who would have called for help had I needed it. Even though it took a little longer than I would have liked, it was still a successful test. So if mom falls and knocks herself out, well, every second counts. And unlike the basic system, the Medical Alert Plus comes with optional fall detection. So this necklace looks a little different than the rest of them. If mom's wearing this necklace within 600 feet of the base unit when she takes a tumble, it should call the call center automatically. So inside here, there's an accelerometer. And if you're wearing it around your neck and you fall, that should trigger the accelerometer and it dials automatically, even if mom's unconscious. Now with all this added protection, it makes sense that the Medical Alert Plus would cost more than the Medical Alert Basic. Base price, $36 a month, $6 more than the base unit. And you save more if you pay annually or quarterly. Fall detection, that's an additional $10 per month. And that's a standard price for this option. An extra pendant costs an additional $15 fee plus $5 a month. And because this is a cellular system, you can also get additional waterproof wall mount buttons that anyone could press in case of emergency. These would be great in the shower or the bottom of the stairs. And ADT will provide them for you for free, but they charge $2.50 a month for monitoring. Now, if you want to protect a senior who spends a lot of time out of the home, check out ADT's portable system. ADT's on-the-go system lives up to its name. It can protect your mom wherever she goes, if she remembers to take it with her. The portable device comes with a lanyard and a belt clip, so she can wear it around her neck or at her hip. She can keep it in a purse or a pocket, but then she should wear one of the accompanying help buttons around her wrist or neck, and those have about a 100-foot range. And the system works anywhere there's AT&T cellular service, and it can find you anywhere as well, using Wi-Fi, cellular triangulation, and a global positioning system, GPS. You don't need cell or Wi-Fi service or a landline. It's independent. The device uses the faster 4G network, while some of its competition, they still rely on the slower 3G network. So inside the sleek unit, there's a rechargeable battery that'll power the unit for a day. And when power gets low, not only does the low battery indicator light up to remind you to put it in its charger, but AT&T will call you. Keep the charger plugged in your nightstand, and the system can charge overnight while protecting you as you sleep, just like the in-home systems do. And it's water resistant, so you can wear it in the shower, but I wouldn't let it soak in the bathtub because it's not completely waterproof like the help buttons. It's got a speaker, microphone, little test button on the side, and the big emergency call button right there with the telephone on it. Let's test it out. You simply press the button, and it tells you that it's calling for help. Let's see how long it takes for them to answer.
connected.
Good evening, Mr. Jeff. This is Yolanda with ADT Health. Are you okay?
Everything's fine, Yolanda, just testing the system. So that's the on-the-go system. Like I said, small, fits in your purse, you can put it in a belt clip. Also comes with a lanyard, you can wear it around your neck. And you can lease it for about $40 a month. An optional fall detection, well, then you have to wear this around your neck, but that's an additional $10 a month. And that's pretty much the only option. And it comes with your choice of help buttons, either around the wrist or around the neck. So if you kept it in your purse, you could wear the help button, have it close by. So which of these devices is right for you? Well, if money's tight, it's hard to beat the Medical Alert Basic at less than $1 a day, but that only works if you have a landline. If you don't, but you're home most of the time, the Medical Alert Plus can protect anyone for a little more per month. And while the on-the-go can protect mom no matter where she goes. So a bigger question is, why choose ADT? Well, I mentioned some of the reasons earlier, including free equipment, price guarantee, no long-term contracts, and if you prepay, they'll lower their rates even further. Even better, if you cancel, you can get a prorated refund for the months you haven't used. Of course, you need to return the equipment. Now, their 24/7 US-based call centers are certified by Underwriters Laboratory, which means they meet the highest set of standards of safety and reliability. And they have 2 call centers they mainly use with sensitivity-trained personnel specializing in health. As far as negatives, they sometimes will charge shipping and activation fees, and they don't offer free trials. Their systems don't include options some of their competitors do, like CO2 or smoke detection or activity tracking. But after more than a century as a household name protecting people, it's no surprise that ADT does a fine job protecting people. For more products to help us age with ease, visit SeniorLiving.Org, where you can find and compare housing options for seniors, including assisted living, in-home care, and everything in between. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks.